Martin's interest in East Asia began in 1993 with a holiday in China, Singapore and Malaysia, after which he tried to spend as much time as possible in the region. He subsequently turned his interest in China into the global bestseller When China Rules the World, the end of the Western world and the birth of a new global order. In the book, Dr. Jakes offers a comprehensive and refreshing analysis of China, including the country's rising significance in the new global world order. In the eyes of many, Western civilization has held sway over the rest of the world for over 200 years, with the notion of being modern often inextricably linked with being Western. However, Dr. Jakes argues that the 21st century will be different, noting that with the rise of increasingly powerful non-Western countries, the West will no longer be dominant, leading to several different ways of being considered modern. In this new era of what might be termed contested modernity, Dr. Jakes explains what makes China a global leader.
Now, China as a global leader is my next question. In what way is China qualified in the times that we're living in? In what ways is it qualified to be the global leader? Well, first of all, China has an affinity, an identity with the developing world, by virtue of the fact that China itself is a developing country. It understands the problems, the dilemmas, the tasks, the difficulties of a developing country in a way that the United States never could, never can, and never will, because it's in a different ballgame. And China is a great exemplar, bar none, of how to transform a developing country. And so it is, I'm not going to say it's a model in any simplistic sense, and China, to its credit, doesn't offer itself as a model to others that it should be copied. That's part of what China has always been, I think, is a sense that of a powerful awareness of its difference because of its size and various other things as well. Now, I mean, perhaps this is a good way of illustrating what's happening. Now, this is the share of global GDP in 2030. But let me give you historical background to this. The South is the developing world, and the North is the developed world. In mid-1970s, 2/3 of global GDP was accounted for by the developed world and only 1/3 by the developing world. By the turn of the century, it was more like 50-50. And by 2030, I'm using Huang Gong's figures here, but there are plenty of others that like this. They're projecting that the developed world will account for